All right, let's go back to something we talked about in a previous video. We talked about suppressing the group titles, but actually still having the space between them. And let's just go and show you how you can do that. Now this might be considered optional. If you're not interested in this, you can probably skip this video. But we'll have a little fun with this anyway. So basically the way this works is every one of these entries has to be in square brackets. And we can't have any actual group titles. So for example, with the symbols, we've got to delete that. We've got to delete numerics. And by leaving the characters in square brackets, we're basically telling it we still want to, I deleted too much here. Let me go back. We're basically telling it we want to group on these items, but we want to suppress the group titles. And we're actually going to delete these non-Roman characters. We're going to, for the sake of this video, we're going to assume that we just have Roman characters. The other thing we want to do is we want to get rid of this special grouping that we did. So we're going to go W semicolon X semicolon Y semicolon Z. And we don't need a trailing semicolon there. So now the nuisance of this thing is we need to add square brackets around each one of these letters. So we're going to do this with a regular expression, and this is beyond the scope of this video series, but we'll just show you how you can be creative with this kind of thing. So we're going to do find, change, and find, and so we just basically, we've got a regular expression that just adds the square brackets around these, and we could do change all, but we always want to be careful with this kind of thing. Okay, so now what this does basically is this says we're going to still group. We're going to group on symbols. We're going to group on numerics. We're going to group on every letter of the alphabet, but we're not going to show group titles. And that's how you do it in this group titles paragraph. So let's go to the body pages and let's update the index. And there you have it. So basically we still got the space. We still have the groupings, but we don't have any group titles, and that's how you do it. Now, one thing we may want to do here, since we don't have group titles, we could probably tighten up some of this spacing. So let's bring up the paragraph designer. And for our group titles, remember we had 12 points of space above. And we could change that and update that. And even in this case, since we're sort of just having a space between it, it might not even have to be a full space. So one thing we could do is we could change this maybe from 12 point to say 6 point and update the style, and that kind of tightens things up vertically. But that's how you do that. If you're interested in having groups but not having group titles, this is what you do on the reference page.